I'm on. Here I go. So, back in the car doing another car cast. Today is October 26th, and I'm rolling down the road, looking at the clouds, enjoying the day. Things are going well. I'm happy. I got a lot going for me, and I am moving forward. It's all about moving forward. It's all about putting one foot in front of the other and making the most of what you have. You're here now. Do what you can today. Don't procrastinate. Push it. That's what it's all about. It seems tough at times. It is. That can't stop you. You have to just go for it. No matter what is happening. Emotional problems, financial issues, negative thoughts, distractions, all of these things are obstacles. They're going to get in your way. You can let them stop you, or you can figure out a way around it. Problem solve. Ask for help. There's a lot of things you can do. Most of the time, I'm not reflective. I'm not introspective about things unless I take the time to sit down and take stock of my emotions and my thoughts, where I am, where I want to go. And when I do that, and I'm still listening to my thoughts, feeling my emotions, listening to my emotions, and really wrestling with those thoughts and emotions, that information, wrestling with that. Do I really feel this way about this thing? Is this really bothering me? Well, why is that bothering you? I'm really getting down to the roots of a lot of these things. What happens is I feel better. I figure out a way around it. I have a better sense of well-being. That's one of the things I've always said. You have to take the time to do things. A lot of people, they're not setting aside a certain amount of time. When you want to start any endeavor, you have to develop the habit of whatever that thing is you're trying to do. If you want to be a runner, you have to develop the habit of getting up and going to run. You have to develop the habit. That is something that in the beginning is going to be really hard to get that momentum. You got to plan time to plan. You have to plan planning time. I go back to that often. I forget. I know these things. I live them. I stop doing them. Then I realize, oh, I forgot that I knew that, and I stopped doing it. I'm like always relearning them. I'm always coming back to the same things. You have to plan time to plan. You have to take the time to do certain things. Take the time to clean up the kitchen. Take the time to do those things. It doesn't make you happy to clean because you want to do something else that's more fun. It's more beneficial in the moment, in your opinion. It's like I have like stand-up comedy sets that I want to do all the time, and I have to keep writing material and keep editing my material and looking over my material. Sometimes my kitchen's just dirty, but I'm prioritizing comedy over cleaning. And it's like, if I clean, it might take me an hour. But then everything's clean, and then I can do the comedy, and now I'm doing the comedy in a clean place. It's almost always better to do it that way. If you get down to a point where you don't have any time, you just have 1 hour, I say do your stand-up. Go over your stand-up. But if you have a whole couple of days, in general, the regular approach of cleaning, keeping things clean, then going over your material, that's the best way to do it. Because that's part of the craft. Part of the craft of doing well is the things that you were doing to do well originally. Don't ever stop those things. Keep doing all of those things that were part of the success that you had. I would lay my clothes out the night before when I was doing really well with certain things. I would pack my lunch. I would exercise. I would meditate. I would stretch. I would drink lots of water. I would eat really healthy things. And those were all aspects of my success. I would go over my material. I would drill it like I was trying to get an A on my spelling test in elementary school. Or I was trying to get an A on my vocabulary test in Spanish. There were certain qualities that had. I was just of the mind, you got to repeat these same processes, and then they will work for you. They will optimize you. You got to shoehorn it all in. And that's not easy, but that's actually the best way to do it. And it just isn't fun because it takes a lot of work. But the weird thing about it is, you're gonna work either way. You're gonna do stuff either way, and you're gonna spend the time. But if you dedicate the time to being effective with the rest of your time, you will get more out of it. It will be a little harder, but you'll get so much more out of it that the comparison isn't even worth making. Because if you just live like floating around like, I don't know, like jellyfish in the ocean, and you're just floating along with the waves, just trying to catch things, you're gonna come up with some good jokes, and you're probably gonna, I go for a jog every once in a while. I'll stretch when I feel a little tight. But if you're not like focused, it's like the grasshopper and the ant. That's a good example. The grasshopper and the ant. The ant is minding the store, doing what it needs to do. The grasshopper's just screwing off, just whatever. It's not the way to go. Don't be the grasshopper, be the ant. If you want to be the hammer, then be the ant. The ant is able to be the hammer. There's not grasshoppers walking around that are the hammer. I mean, a locust, I guess, but those are rare, right? That's not normal. You can't screw around and just be some self-destructive character that's just like this brooding, self-destructive artist that just is amazing. That's not normal. That's not happening. That's silly. That's not you. That's not me. That's not most people. Most people have to develop some samurai qualities, to become successful. There's like a level of just hardcore discipline and effort that is required to be really good at stuff. And that's what usually develops into great achievements, success. That's people grinding every day. When you grind all the time, it gets easier to grind. That's the thing. You can do all the things that I was just mentioning, shoehorn all those good things that you do together into one day. In the beginning, you're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted. But after a month, that's not going to be as hard. After 3 months, that's not going to be as hard. After 6 months, it's going to be easy. You're going to be living so excellently compared to others that you're just going to be doing well, and you're going to feel so great about it. It's just being positive and believing that if you do shoehorn all those things together and you do make those sacrifices and keep tweaking it, keep working, if you believe in it, it's gonna happen. You're gonna get there. You're gonna move forward. So that's what I have to say. that's my little pep talk for you. You can kick butt, just believe in it. Just do the things you know you've got to do, and you will start to be the butt kicker that you know you are. All right, thank you for listening. My name's Tim Trueheart. Follow me on Twitter at Tim Trueheart. Check out my Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out timtrueheart.com. I love you. Peace.